In this video, I will be discussing the level 68 World BAM Lenipe, including a map to where to find them and some tips on how to get extra XP if you're working on your hunting level to get that shiny gold title for level 60. And at the end, you'll be able to see what drops he provides once you've hunted him. I've been hunting the World BAMs on Tera since it first launched on console a few years ago. This map shows you the common locations where I frequently find Linyphi on a very regular basis. If you want to go ahead and pause the video, take a screenshot, or whatever you want to do, then go right ahead. The rest of this video is going to be me fighting with Linyphi, giving some tips on extra XP if you're working on that level 60 hunting level for the shiny gold title. And at the end of the video, you will be able to see the drops that Linyphi provides, because a lot of people hunt for the enchanting materials. If you're only here for the map and you're not interested in the rest of the video, you can go ahead and stop watching now. Otherwise, please enjoy the rest of the video. This is another video for the hunting level 68 monsters that provide you a lot of enchanting material drops, and which are also good for hunting if you're working on your hunting level 60 so that you can get the shiny gold title for that. I'm starting here because I want to show you I did just purchase the special bonus items from the Tera shop, and I wanted to show you before I even apply Hunter's Experience 2, you can take a look and see what it does, where it gives you experience gain by 2 times for hunting levels. And of course, if you're going for life levels, you're going to want to use the life level one. Adventures does the same thing, and Warriors does that if you're going for PvP levels. But I'm going to go ahead and apply the Hunter's Experience 2. And I'll show you in the Tera store really quickly. Go down to Consumables. And this is where you can purchase the Contents Level Booster package and get all 4 of those items that I've already shown you. Now, standing right behind me there is Linyphi, level 68. And it is one of the big monsters that people hunt. Now, I will tell you now, before I do this, I'm using my Lancer only because she doesn't have a shiny gold title yet. So I want to be sure you can see the experience points, because once you hit level 60, you can't. Now, I'm not actually working on hunting with her. I'm working on life, but I wanted you to be able to see everything. So we're going to do it this way. And we can see that I'm currently hunting level 8, and I have 623 experience points for that level. I need a grand total of 1,704 to get to level 9. But I've been trying to go over the point values. Now, when I get to point values for her, or for him, Linyphi is worth a lot less points for hunting than the other 5 level 68 monsters. I have no idea why. I forget how many. I think it's only even a few hundred points, even with Elite Gold and Hunting Level 2 activated. We'll see when we get done here. Now, my Lancer I created a long time ago, a couple years ago, because of one of the special leveling events that Tera was holding, and so I went ahead and made her as a tank. And I haven't played her in a long time, so I hope, well, I did recently just to get the Beyond the Limit thing to do the Apex skills. I don't even know if I remember how to play her, so we'll see how this turns out. But again, this is another level 68 that you can hunt, even if you're not hunting. When I'm hunting on my characters to get to hunting level 60, I do not hunt Linyphi. I only hunt the other 5. Because she is worth so few points. She's not even worth the points of the 3 level 65s I did in another video, which are the Giant and Hamar and Humedris. Linyphi is worth less points than any of those 3, and I don't know why. And the other 5 level 68s are worth a lot more points than Linyphi. So I don't actually hunt Linyphi for when I'm going for my hunting experience, because I like to do that pretty quickly, and I would like to go for the high point value targets. But if you are hunting just for enchanting materials, Linyphi gives as much enchanting materials as the other 5 level 68s, so definitely worth hunting if you're going for enchanting materials. But I personally recommend skipping it if you're just trying to power through hunting level to get to 60. Unless you just have extra time, you know you can't get to any of the others right now, because again, even the 3 level 65s that I covered in another video are worth more points than Linyphi. But we'll see that at the end. And again, we broke down at the beginning that we have 623 points right now towards level. Actually, I got to look at that again because it's so few points. I'm going to write down that I need 1704. In case I go to the next level, I'm going to need to know that number so I can get, because when it comes to hunting, if you don't know what the point values are for certain creatures, obviously the best thing to do is just go into this particular menu, look at how many points you have, look at how many points you need before you fight them, and then once you kill them, go back and look and see how many points they gave you. Because again, I'm doing it with Elite Gold active and with Hunter's Experience Level 2 active. So if you don't have either of those particular buffs or neither of them, and you want to know what the actual point value is for what you're working on, look at your points first and then go in and see what it is after you killed them. Now, we'll go ahead and try fighting them. She will spit, we got a circle. She will spit poison at me, you will be poisoned. I got knocked down, of course. I'm about to do a block. I'm actually used to fighting most of these creatures with my brawler, who is the only tank I normally play. I don't normally play with this one. And again, I made the Lancer a long time ago, and have hardly played with her at all. In fact, I think when I was looking at her, she only has like 70 hours total of game. A lot of that was just getting her to level 65, and then doing the Apex quests, things of that nature. I thought I was blocking, but I was not. You have to really watch out for that one attack that she just did with her legs pounding, because she will actually do that in rapid succession. Where, okay, anytime you're fighting any of these world bosses, wherever you found them spawn, you don't want to go too far from that location, because if they get too far from it, what they will do is rush back to it, because they don't want to get too far from it. Okay, here comes, there we go. Rapid succession right there, like I was saying. You've got to watch it, because she'll do it multiple times. Whatever it is. Now, the tank, I can block those things. If you, of course, you're playing a DPS or whatever, you want to get out of that red zone before you start the attacks. Sorry, jump up in the air and slam down on top of me. Some of those slam attacks from these level 68 monsters, if you are just recently level 65 and you're not sure about your eye level, it's not very high yet, you will want to avoid those slam attacks. Unless you're a tank and you can block them. Because from what I read online, even with Stormcry gear, it's possible for some of those slam attacks from these level 68s to instantly kill you. I don't know if that's true or not. I haven't tried it, because typically I like my eye level to be a little higher before I even take on any of these level 68s. Now, my top 13 characters are one of each class. There she goes back to the start point, like I was explaining to you before. We got a little too far. So you want to try to fight in a circle near her start point, if at all possible. Just so you don't get too far away and have to deal with chasing her when she goes running back to it. And of course, another thing to watch for is that start point where she spawned. If you get too far away from it, then you will see any of these world BAMs really scurry back to it really fast, and they will reset. So if you get too far away from that start point and then they go rushing back to it, when you finally catch up to them, you will see that they are now back to 100% health. And I can tell you right now from personal experience, it really sucks when you have beaten them down to maybe 20-25% health, and now all of a sudden they're 100% health again. You got to start all over again from scratch. That is terrible. So try never to get too far away from your start point where they first spawn at all possible, because and again, not totally answer hardly at all. I haven't played in a real long time. Plus, I'm a casual solo gamer. I play video games for fun. I get some serious about it. So, it's actually good time. Buttons until we go down, the monster falls down, let's go down the monster falls. I was gonna say, I'm gonna try to lure her back in this direction, but she's kind of far from her. Eye level, you get 65, you know if you can take that first definitely my brawler is 50 packs, still have a lot of frontal defense well at the same time. Other characters that I don't have that defense going all the time. Of course, as a casual solo gamer who really is not all that worried about, oh my god, can you knock down a single time or on a loser or whatever those people think, I really don't care, because I know my eye level's high enough to keep me going, not take too much damage. Alright, when you get to some of these world BAMs, I want her going back towards the start point. I don't want her to get too far. And when you're fighting some of these world BAMs, you saw how she was sort of crawling backwards away from me. They will do that sometimes, especially listening, once they get hurt. I think it's usually around 20% or less once you get their HP down that low, is when they'll start trying to crawl away from you. So then you have to chase them, but again, don't let them get too far away from the spawn point, because it's okay if they're maybe this far and they start getting kind of far away, but then they actually come back to the start point. But don't let them go too far, because of course if they go too far, see, I'm getting nervous because I don't want to go too far and go back to 100%. Alright, I'm going to let her go back to the start point. Because again, if they go too far away from the start point, they will rush back to where they spawned, and then they will reset, and their HP will be back at 100, and they're starting all over again from scratch. Alright, there is Lenipe, dead. Whoops. And I went up to hunting level 9 because I did not need that much to get to hunting level 9. I was already close. Alright. So, well, I started with, I'm going to do math on paper here. I needed 1704 and I had 623, which means that I only needed 1,081. So I got those points plus another 369. I'm adding those together. Okay, it's actually more points than I thought, but it's did I do that correctly? Yep, double check on that. So I got 1,450 points for Lenipe. So actually it's more than a single of the level 65s who are worth 1,000 each, with elite status active and with hunters level 2 active. But the other 5 level 68s with those things activated are all worth 2,500 points each. And obviously Lenipe is not worth nearly as many points as they are. Go away. Alright, so now I'm just going to go ahead, for those of you who are hunting for enchanting materials, go ahead and let my little buddy start gathering enchanting materials here. I'm moving away a little bit just because I'm hoping that when those tiny mobs respawn, they're not going to come around and bother me again. That's really annoying. They can't really hurt me much with my level, and they don't do any real damage, and they're easy to kill, but it's just annoying. So I'm going to let you watch to the right there if you're searching for enchanting materials from the level 68 world BAMs or bosses. Most of these are typical items you're going to get from any 6 of the level 68 world BAMs. And once he finishes up with gathering all of my drops there, then we will be done. So you can go ahead and stop if you're not worried about what enchanting materials you get. But this gives you an idea of what enchanting materials you get from any of the 6 level 68s. So bear in mind, there are plenty of other people always out there. Oh, and I got a special achievement for picking up some drops there. There are always plenty of other people hunting them, so they're not always easy to find. Once they get killed by someone, they don't respawn for several hours. So sometimes you might be searching for quite a while for any of the level 68 world BAMs. You know, just so you know. But that's it for this video. I wanted to show you, if you're working on hunting level 68, how many points you get with the hunters level 2 active and with the elite status active. And it don't matter, bronze, silver, gold, they all give the same bonus. And if you're hunting for enchanting materials, you saw what the typical enchanting materials are that you will get. So I hope you've all enjoyed the